Good morning, and I'm having my morning breakfast. There's something missing in this, something very, very important. I know what it is. A pinch of salt, and that makes a world of difference to what we eat, or how we preserve, or how we live. Salt, or its chemical name as it is called sodium chloride, is a very, very essential thing in our lives. The British, during their colonial rule, due to the importance of salt, added a tax salt. Tax salt. Salt was put on tax, the most essential commodity in India. And therefore Gandhiji and his followers, they went on a Dandi march. They went to the seashore and they picked up a handful of salt and broke the tax law, the salt tax. The Romans would pay their soldiers in salt. You heard it right. Their salary was salt. The word salary rather is derived from the word salt, SAL. First three alphabets are from the word salt. It's such an essential commodity to the whole humankind. It is important for our nerves. If there is lack of salt in our body, we could have a lot of health problems. And excess of salt could also cause health problems. The Bible quotes it very nicely. You are the salt of the earth. So how does this essential commodity gets harvested? In a field? In a factory? Why don't we go outdoors and find it out? The place to find out is the salt pan. Follow me at the journey and try to tell you the story of salt. Let's go outdoors. I'll have a breakfast and we'll move. Okay, let's go. Tasty. From seawater to these crystals. So let's go and see the salt pans here. I'm right now at Umela. It's an area in Vasai, and you can see the salt pans everywhere behind me. A huge process. So let's go and see how it works. Here is where everything starts. Here we have the clear water coming from the sea, and slowly you can see the process of the salt's formation. We're going to see it in detail now. You can see the vast area where the salt is getting formed. So with the help of well dug canals, the fresh seawater is distributed into the open salt pans. The process now involves the sun to evaporate the water and form salt at the bottom. The salt looks white, and it is also called white gold because of its value throughout history. This is the formation of the salt, the bottom of the salt pan. Now with the use of a wooden tool which resembles a huge comb, the worker breaks the slabs of salt into small granules. This is how the salt looks when it's ready for harvesting. big, granules. Grains are big. It looks very different from what we have on our table in the salt shaker. So this is the crude form of it. You can see some of it. This is just newly formed. They break it with the help of those tools, and then comes the carrying. One more worker, with the use of a new tool, a wooden tool, collects the scraped salt onto the banks, so the next set of workers can collect it and heap it up. Now the race against time begins. The sun, which was a friend, becomes an enemy. So before it gets very hot, the workers have to rush and collect all the salt into heaps on the bank. The salt is then loaded into trucks and taken to the factory, where it turns into the fine salt that reaches our table. The beautiful journey of salt from the sea to our tables teaches us a lot of things.